Right, so in this video I'm just going to show you how to take a fairly normal looking Xbox like this one, strip it down, paint it and then rebuild it, because I know some of you have been quite interested in this. So by the end of this video this will be purple. Okay, so yeah, just sit back, get yourself a tea, coffee, biscuits and just enjoy. First step of the process was to kind of get the lid off. I've sanded that down because it was scratched and had some really nasty tear marks into it. Seems to smooth down quite nicely. Obviously I'll give that a wash, and then the primer should kind of cover any kind of imperfections hopefully on there as well. So yeah, that's the cover taken off. On the flip side of that is the RF shield, again by just prying up those four corners on each of those 6 points. You can just lift the RF shield just so I can give this a wash so it's ready to get primed. Okay, well here we go then. As promised, I'm going to document the full kind of strip down, paint and rebuild of an LG Xbox. Version 1.6 here, got off eBay about £15, kind of solder scene, flashing green and amber light. Now I mentioned about the disk drive, so I just thought that was because they hadn't tested the video cable. Disk drive of course didn't open, new band on that, and it's been fine. It's opening really well, really good DVD drive. So what I'm going to do, guys, I already took the lid off. As you can see there's a motherboard, there's a DVD drive, hard drive. I'm going to strip all this down, and then we'll go through the steps where we prepare it for painting, lacquering, etc. Yeah. Also remove the jewel. Now I tried WD-40 and dental floss and couldn't quite get this off. So I gently used the screwdriver and I've got this off now, and it's probably the best condition jewel I've taken off because I haven't done too much damage to it, if at all. The only issue with this one is there's a few scratches all over it which you can't really see now. Yeah, so that's off. Once I've mastered the technique on how to use kind of dental floss to get this off, I will probably do a separate tutorial video to do this so they come off clean and neat. Don't need a screwdriver or anything like that damaging it. Okay, so the plan will be to get all the sticky back plastic off it and then get busy with the brasso to strip that off, which you'll see later in the video. So that'll be clear and translucent, ready to drop on the top of the Xbox once it's painted. Okay, so just going to drop the lid, just sand it down, obviously just giving it a wet wipe down. I'm going to just drop that in the sink now with some Aldi's Finest Magnum antibacterial. Just let that set there, and just help me to clean up the plastics. Job is to remove the front plate. This used to kind of scare the death out of me. We just need a flathead screwdriver. We'll just spin it round. The flathead goes in round about there. As you can see, it's prying off. Just crank it gently and then press your fingers down on these tabs there and there, and then just push out and it will come out, guys. All right. It is scary the first time you do it, but the more you do it, it just feels, yeah, as another YouTube guy said, Microsoft really think about the plastics on this, and it is easy to get off. Well, so that's the face plate off. So to remove the power and eject panel, if you can just see there, there's a plastic tab there. Just press down with it on a flathead screwdriver, and then that will pop out. Okay, so that's the power eject PCB removed. Now to just get the buttons out, just wiggle that point and that point out and then lift off. It all comes one unit, remove that and then remove the LED trim there, and then that's ready for a wash. Put the front panel off, just pull up on that covering for the PSU, and then just the RF shielding lifts out like that to reveal the base. And the next stage that I'm going to do is get these stickers and feet off, and then I can just put that in for a while. Stickers off the back. It's quite interesting, like it's a 1.6. The previous ones I've painted I think have been 1.2s, 1.1s. That's got the kind of checkerboard residue left over from the Microsoft sticker on that. I've seen stuff on eBay, we've got that kind of checkerboard effect, and what happens is literally when you peel the sticker off, it leaves that kind of checkerboard residue, really, although it's residue. I've cleaned it with wet wipes and surface clean, that still kind of remains. So I'm going to give it a soak now, and fingers crossed when it's primed that'll just cover that up anyway, but yeah, interesting. Okay, back in the sink. Right, so this is the motherboard removed. I'm just gonna, it's a little bit tiny bit dusty, nothing too excessive, but I'm just gonna kind of get rid of any of the dust with my old Aldi toothbrush and a bit of Halford's electrical contact cleaner if needed. Probably won't need to use that. And also just some cotton buds just to get into any of the crevices, just to get any dust out if needed. I'll also clean out the PSU as well with the same kind of methods. So yeah, time lapse coming up right about now. This is the fan. As you can see, it's not come from a really filthy environment like a lot of these OG Xboxes. That's just kind of normal dust over 25 years, I think, there, you know. So what I'm going to do is just get the cotton buds out again and just clean the fan up, get all that dust so it's kind of dust free and ready to go back in. Another time lapse coming up now. So the next job will be to take off the heat sinks, put some new thermal paste on just as kind of maintenance. That's the GPU heat sink, that's the CPU heat sink. So I'll pop the release on this one to start off with. We'll be going to a time lapse in a minute. And literally, I'm going to just pry off the clips there and there and there. Sorry, there at the front. And then we'll drop some new thermal paste on in a minute, okay? Next time lapse coming up now. Okay, so the next job will be to to remove the GPU heatsink. That'll be girlfriend's hairdryer just on there for about 20 seconds. It'll be piping hot, so be very careful. Just use a cloth or something just to take it off, and then that'll expose the GPU chip underneath, okay? Time lapse coming up again now. Okay, so the next job will be to remove the 20+ year old factory thermal paste from the GPU, it's in focus there, and the CPU. It's all kind of baked on there. What I use is Arctic Clean thermal material remover, an Arctic Clean thermal surface purifier. So use that just to get it, put it on and then wipe it off with a lint-free cloth, just to get all the kind of old thermal material off. And then once it's cleaned off, make sure you do the heat sinks as well, get it on there and there as well. And then when you finish, just use number 2, the thermal surface purifier. Just wipe that across just so it's clean and ready to receive the new thermal paste. Okay, so the next job will be new thermal paste. This is Arctic MX4, does the job. Used all the previous Xboxes that I've done, works fine. Good, affordable thermal paste, does the job. Just needs a dot on the CPU and an X across the GPU, and then the heatsinks put it back on. So you'll see all that in the time lapse coming up next. So we're going to get underway with the painting now. And if you notice, I'm just going to rough this up with some P120 sandpaper. I'm not a painting expert at all, but just to kind of get the paint to adhere a little bit better. Now, I'm not a painting expert. This is just kind of what I think works. As you can see, I've just roughed up the surfaces. I'm just going to prime it now with some Super Dock primer. This is multi-purpose stuff, just plastics, metals, anything. And I'm going to use a whole can, priming the plastics now, ready for the eventual final paint. DVD drive bezel, I've just laid that flat on cardboard. There's nothing kind of to hang it from with a cable tie. Yeah, and I'll paint that on the floor as well. That's the priming all done. There's Holly and Buddy. It's a decent-ish kind of base coat there. Use the whole can, or 400 millilitres there, and it's all gone quite well. You know, for a primer, it's not going to have to look perfect. Yeah, key is just kind of consistent short bursts, short and small coats, and then just give it a half hour, an hour between each coat to kind of build it up till you get a kind of a nice finish like that. So yeah, I'm pleased. Everything's going well at the moment. Yeah, and just super quick, just know you're interested, that's the DVD drive bezel, primed up, ready to go as well. So the next part of the job is to get the green paint off the jewel. Now, this is a lot of hard work, and I think will take between 3 to 5 hours on and off, pretty solid rubbing with Brasso. Okay, let me just get the lid off that. While we're looking at that, just bear with me. There you go. That is the classic old school Brasso there, just use that. What you're going to need to do is just keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing on the back of the paint there. It will take hours, but it will clear all the paint out, no problem, it does work. When you get close to the Xbox lettering, just break off some wax and rub it into the letters to make sure you don't rub out all of the silver lettering. If you want to get rid of it, just dump any wax in and just keep rubbing it, it will become completely clear. But the silver bright lettering is good to cover any kind of glue marks as well. So yeah, so I'm just going to get rubbing now. The jewel just halfway through the process, been brushed away like a good in there. And yeah, so on the other side you can see I'm going to apply candle wax just into the lettering, and then start to like brush around there so it's completely clear. So in the next part it will be completely clean. Clear. A tactic change. I was originally trying to paint this Xbox Midnight Purple. It's took a week for it to get into the UK from the companies in Northern Ireland, and then yesterday I had the news that the paint had been delivered while I was out, but it wasn't actually delivered to my house, and I don't know where it is, so I can't wait around forever. So I've just gone out and bought some Hycote Ford Purple Velvet Metallic and some matte lacquer. And I'm just going to spray it up in that now, and hopefully the results are quite nice. Washing line ready to go. Labradors in the background. Give this a rattle and get it going in a minute. 1 minute of shaking plus just to get it ready to go. And then just kind of short coats, 15 minutes apart, just to build it up and get the colour. That's what it looks like. Yeah. That's all the paint used up. It's gone on really, really well. Really impressed with the results. I'm debating now whether not to put any lacquer on, to be honest. I know it protects, but like with the matte lacquer, I don't really want it to kind of lose the kind of shine to this. And it seems really thick, good quality paint. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna leave this now to dry for 24 hours. And then yeah. So I've left everything out to dry overnight. It's come out really, really well. I'm really, really happy. I had a bit of a change of mind yesterday. I didn't want to brave the matte lacquer, so I took it back to the shop and just got the good old-fashioned, expected kind of clear lacquer. The finish is really good on this and really nice, really kind of purpley and almost like Cadbury's purple. And I didn't want to dull the effect with matte lacquer, so I got clear lacquer in, and because I know it would be safe and probably bring the colour out even better as well. So the next stage will be lacquering, so I'll get all these back on the washing line and we'll start lacquering next. On the washing line again, just ready to be lacquered. That lacquer doesn't seem to rattle, so I hope the can works all right. From what I've just read on the internet, some lacquers don't have rattles in them. So fingers crossed the can's all right. I'm just going to start lacquering now. I've got the crystal all cleared out now. So if you check out my new nail polish, by the way, for the Velvet Purple metallic. Yeah, so a couple of days work on and off working on the brasso just to get that out. You know, candle wax and the lettering. It's come out really well. This could be the best one I've done yet. There's no signs of kind of impact to kind of get it off. So I'm just going to drop it in some washing up liquid now. Just give it a good soak. Leave it there for a few hours maybe, just to kind of get rid of the candle wax, any dirt, any brasso, any residue, anything like that. Just so it's nice and clean, ready to kind of be glued on later. That's everything all lacquered up now, the whole can used. Just gonna leave it a day now, 24 hours just to dry out properly. And then tomorrow we'll start putting everything back together in. Another dramatic twist of fate. The Midnight Purple 2 that I originally planned to paint this Xbox in has arrived. Despite a yodel falsely saying it had been delivered on a Saturday when it hadn't. I was, you know, that's why I went out and bought this Ford Velvet Purple paint, because I thought this was just, you know, going to be lost and not arrive. And then on hold on Monday they suddenly changed their mind and said they'd now got the parcel and it's been delivered today. So this paint will be saved for another day and we'll use it on another project. And sorry about the washing machine noise in the background. So we're getting towards the end now. So the next step, the next chapter in the journey is we've got to put all this stuff back together now. See all the pieces are painted. Shouldn't take me too long. Giving everything a little wipe down, clean. Everything's ready to go. So I'll just run a time lapse next just to kind of show you me putting it all back together. Okay, so the lid off now, everything's back in place, screwed down. I hope it is anyway, I'm pretty sure it is. It's just ready for testing now, to see if everything's working fine now. I've put it all back together. Moment of truth then, I've got it all put back together, no lid on of course. Let's just see if it'll power up. Fingers crossed. Yeah, everything's looking good, no red lights. There you go. The dog's coming to the shot there as well in the reflection. Right, okay, so that's the dashboard all sorted. Let's get the drive open. With Buddy's heavy breath. Pop copy of Outrun 2 in, because everyone's going mad for that now. Well, people I follow on YouTube anyway, so yeah, let's see if it boots up. Looks like it's good to go. Nice. There you go, it's all up and running. So the next stage I'll do, I'll get the lid back on, and then the big moment of truth, gluing the jewel on. This could be a little bit of a tricky job, but I think we'll pull that one off. Marvellous. There it is. And there's the marvellous Outrun 2 title screen. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid back on, secure it with the long case screws there. You're going to need a T20 Torx just to put that back in. And I've got these funky little feet here that I'm just dropping all over the place. I'm going to stick on with some number plate tape on the bottom, which I think will look quite nice. I'm going to put these 3D printed green feet. I just had knocking around, got them in like a DVD drive delete kit. Put the double-sided number plate tape on, and I'm just going to drop them in place like so. Stick them down. So yeah, watch this space. That's the feet all in place. Doesn't look too bad there at all, does it? So they never have to come off again now. We know if you ever take the lid off. Just got easy access to the screws, no need to peel anything back. This is the tricky part. I'm going to glue the jewel onto the lid. Now the way to do this, I found is use Gorilla Glue Clear. Those two pegs there, dampen just with a Q-tip. Just wet them and damp them, and then on the inside of the Xbox crystal, just put your glue on the X's that correspond with the peg, and then drop it on, and then put a cup on, cover it, and then put a cup on, and then some books just to weigh it down. It needs 2 hours to set and 24 hours to cure. So we're going to do that now. So I've got my trusty Peppa Pig mug that fits nicely into kind of the recess in the Xbox lid. Towel just to cover the jewel, and then 2 books on top to give a bit of pressure, and then fingers crossed the Gorilla Glue will set, and that jewel will be in place. So there it is, in all its glory. Very, very pleased with the results. I'll do a full video of it later, like all finished. But yeah, it's glued in. A little bit excess glue there on the jewel, but nothing really to take away from it. Really happy with it. And there's Halo. So thanks for watching this one. It's been a bit of a mammoth one. But yeah, that's it. Strip down, rebuild and paint an Xbox. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks.